Yo, welcome back to another episode of Turning Him Up. I'm your boy LP82, along with my co-host,
Young Tick, aka Wordplay.
and of course,
Cousin Dwaine, baby.
where we gather every podcast to talk about what's going on in the world. Well, it's been kind of serious, so we just be talking about stuff that's going on in the world in our interest. Yeah. So, so of course, Cousin Dwaine always has the questions.
Yes, sir. So, crazy story I heard over the weekend. So
Right.
there was this lady who they were at an ocean. They were in the ocean with it was her and her husband, and then this young boy was drowning in the ocean. He was like 12 at the time or something like that. She went into the ocean to save the kid, and he lived, of course.
Right.
Like 10 years later or something like that, they're at the same beach, and the boy is there and the lady is there, but they don't know they haven't seen each other in years. They were complete strangers. And the wife's husband at this time now is drowning. And guess who saves him?
The
It's
boy.
the boy.
Because the boy was drowning at first, and now the boy is saving the. Oh, okay.
I don't think Tick heard the story. I think he was listening. No, I'm just joking. No, so it's pretty much what happened was 10 years later, the same kid saved the husband.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see.
The reason I bring this up is because I hear a lot of people talk about karma all the time. This is a prime example of how karma works. How ironic when this situation happens afterwards, the woman didn't even know who the boy was until it was reported on the news, and she was like, oh, that's the same kid that we saved 10 years before.
Yeah.
Right.
So my question to y'all, looking at instances like this and in your own life, do you guys actually believe in karma?
Yeah. I believe in karma, but I don't believe it in the way that people believe. Like, people sometimes think for one drastic thing is another drastic thing. Sometimes karma doesn't work that way. I believe that karma may be something very small that if that wouldn't have happened, could have changed your life drastically. Like, say you steal $20 for somebody, right? That doesn't some people think like, oh, well, you know, somebody might steal your money or whatever. That $20 you stole, you could have, let's say,
It could happen in a different situation.
yeah, the next day you didn't wake up on time and you missed the opportunity, or you didn't go somewhere that you should have went. Could have met somebody that could have changed your life. So I don't think it's so direct. I don't think you're gonna notice it like, oh man, that's bad karma. Like, oh. I think it's more like it's gonna happen, but you're not gonna know. You know what I'm saying?
Different ways than you probably gave it out. Like if you gave out.
Yeah.
What about
In
you?
so many words.
Yeah, I definitely believe in karma. I believe it's just kind of like what you do in the dark comes out. You know what I'm saying? So even good karma, you know, I believe on both. I think, you know, you help, just say a homeless or something. You know, I believe that, you know, you're gonna get that karma coming back to you. You're gonna get that whether it's good or bad, whatever you do. I feel like, yeah, you definitely gonna get karma coming back to you. It's gonna come back. It might not come back in the same scenario, you know, but it'll come back. It might be in a different way, but I believe it will come back.
Do you have an instance that you've actually said to yourself like, oh, this was good karma that just happened to me, or man, that was bad karma that was coming back on me, like in your personal life that's happened?
Yeah, I think I've had good karma and bad karma. Bad karma, I believe it was one time. It was some money I took. It wasn't nobody's money. I mean, to me, it wasn't nobody's money. I found it.
You care about the nigga you took it? You ain't nobody. Give me that.
But you know,
to somebody before.
I mean, I could have probably just not picked it up, but I picked it up, and you know, I felt like it was.
Was the person around at all?
Nah, the person wasn't around, but I could have left it there. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. I took it. And,
How much was it?
It was $500. It was actually at the DMV. I had got out the car. It was at the DMV. It was years ago though, man. The DMV. I got out the car. I seen like 200 rolled up in the car next to me under the car. So I picked it up, went inside the DMV. I was like, man, there's probably some more money under there. When I went in the DMV, went back out there and found $300 more. Took that and I was like, man, this is cool right here. Maybe
It sounds like a felony.
But would that be bad or good karma?
That's what I'm saying. So with that, I blew it, didn't even know what I blew it on. So you know what I'm saying? That that could have been bad karma, you know what I'm saying? Just for that, So I do remember that. I do remember spending it, but I don't know what I spent it on. And that's $500. You should at least know what you spent it on, you know what I mean?
Did you feel guilty at any point?
Like,
at the time I didn't know. If I did it now I'd probably feel guilty, but at the time I didn't.
Hey, I'll put it. I find
Where's my wallet
$500. Hey, I know. If I find $500, it's no like I could see if it was like an ID next to it or something. Then yeah, but I find $500. That's good karma. I'm going up. But it reminds me of a special with Chris Rock, and Chris Rock was talking. I think it was his last one on Netflix. Don't know the name, but
it was on there.
It was on there for sure. And he was talking about, how people always say, oh, they're going to get theirs. Oh, they're going to get theirs. And he was just like saying, like, there's some people that never get theirs. There's some people that do all kinds of crazy shit and never get theirs. It don't happen. Like in the mindset, like, people think, oh, they do this, and that, da, da, da. Like, you look at people like Donald Trump. Hell, he became the president. Like I know that motherfucker has a bad karma. He became the president and he talks shit. Like he's the first president that's actually being who the hell he is. Like he's the first. Like this is like he's a president, like and a vlogger at the same time. Like he's being himself. Like he talks how he talks. So it's like people say stuff like that, but sometimes it just doesn't work that way.
And it might not happen right away. You know what I'm saying? Like you just say you had bad karma. I don't feel like it's gonna happen. Soon as you do something wrong, cause something's gonna happen to you right then and there. It might, be in the future. It might be a year from there, and you struggle with something, or it could be something coming back from what you did, and it could be good karma also. You bless somebody with something, then a year from there, something great happened to you. You know what I mean? But I do believe there is karma.
And let's unpack this a little bit more. When we talk about karma, that stems from our beliefs of, if you do believe in karma, it stems from those beliefs that things that you manifest in your brain or things that you do will come to fruition later on. So one of the things that people are fascinated about is the law of attraction. And we know that this book, which was written by Rhonda Byrne or Barney, or I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but wordplay, I want you to actually, tell the viewers what, in a short synopsis of what the law of attraction is.
To me, law of attraction is just a way of thinking. Like if you have in this hand your thoughts of being positive, and then in the left hand you have your thoughts of being negative. You know what I'm saying? And you focus on your left hand. You focus on the negative. All that energy that you're focusing on is just gonna come right back to you. So if you're thinking about negative things all the time, the negative is gonna come back to you. If whatever you're focused on is what's gonna come back, the energy is gonna come right back to you. So if you focus on, just say, a bully is always bullying you. You know what I'm saying? You just keep focusing on, man, he keep bullying me. He just gonna keep bullying you over and over again. It's not gonna stop. You know what I mean? And even in a positive sense, you focus on positive, you focus on winning, you focus on being driven and accomplishing your goals. That's what's going to happen more for you. You know what I'm saying? It's going, because that energy is coming back. So whatever you focusing on, whether it's positive or negative, that's what's going to come back in the universe.
LP, let me ask you, okay, we got a great definition from wordplay.
Yes.
Does the law of attraction work in your life? Do you believe in it?
Well, I believe in it, but I don't know. I can't really say I don't believe in it, because I do see things happen in people's lives where they're very confident about it and it happens. But like, of course, like you say, you think positive, but it goes more into it than that, like just work ethic too. So yeah, I believe in it.
Okay. So if you're talking to somebody about focusing on the positive and you will positive things will come out of it. What is some? I mean, I'll ask you because you seem pretty knowledgeable on it. You can't just think about $1 million, winning $1 million, and it just manifests itself to happen. There,
Hey, like tell that to some of these lottery winners.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't happen where you just think about positive and you have to actually take action on whatever you're doing. Also, it works actually hand in hand for you to actually do what you're trying to accomplish, but actually focusing on whatever you're trying to accomplish. Like, and just instead of focusing on the negative part about it, like what you don't have, instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you do have and focus on what you want in life. You know what I'm saying? Instead of focusing what you don't have and what you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That type of situation. So I think if whatever you focus on is gonna come to fruition, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta focus on that. You know what I mean? And not focus on anything else. Don't be sidetracked by anything negative, but focus on mainly what you want. You know what I'm saying? And focus on the good things. And you see your life transition. It actually worked in my life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I believe in it so much, because I actually studied the law of attraction. I've been doing it for years. And, that's how I got a house. That's how I got all the things that I've accomplished so far, is because I study the law of attraction fully, and I try not to be sidetracked, which at times you do get sidetracked. You do think negative sometimes, but I try to focus mainly on good things, positive things, and not things that's going to, sidetrack me in a way, to where I'm not focused on my goal.
That's real. That's real, man. Thinking about what you're focusing on and what you're thinking about.
Yes, sir.
I seen something that intrigued my mind, man, over 2 weeks ago. That I don't know if you guys remember the 9/11 conspiracy theories that came out.
Yeah, I remember.
It blew my mind. We know that there's conspiracies out there with like MLK's assassination and them saying that James Earl Ray didn't kill him or Lee Harvey Oswald didn't kill John F. Kennedy. Do y'all actually believe in conspiracy theories? And do y'all think that do y'all have any specifically that y'all think are legitimately that we should like investigate?
Of course, anything that happened like, where like especially nowadays where it's so much information out there, people are being misled by their own thoughts and sometimes by what they read. So conspiracy now is at an all-time high, because you got people that are not even educated on the subject but have a conspiracy about it. So I think that there are some parts of the stuff that's going on, especially today, that could be a little, research, and if people go out there and think for themselves and, go dig for it. But then again, you got to be careful too, because there are people that are out there that that's their job in certain situations, to throw a conspiracy out there to throw people off. Because the thing about people is, once they get their mindset on something, they, like you say, they focus. They're on that. Like, there's people that's still stuck on the COVID-19. They're not even worried about all the other police brutality and all that type of stuff. So I think conspiracy theories, it can consume your life. So I just kind of tend to just look at how I look at it, just keep it pushing. Like, not to say that, I'm not trying to do nothing about it. Like, everybody wants to be the person that makes a change in everything that's going on, but like shit, like, say people are entitled to think how they think. It's like, I can't control that, but there are conspiracies out there.
Do you think, wordplay, that the state we're in with this COVID-19, you think this is a conspiracy? Do you think the government knew and kind of planted this out there like a lot of people are believing in some cases, or do you think this is legit?
I believe it's legit. I don't believe this is a conspiracy, because you look at the people who's passed away from it. You know what I mean? Like, you had the rapper Fred the Godson, he passed away from it. And just different people. So I believe it's a real thing. I think people can say conspiracy theory because, everybody have their different views on what the situation is. Just like that whole Nipsey situation, they were saying that was a conspiracy, and, But it was clear as day. The guy murdered him. You know what I mean? So, everybody have their point of view. I don't think it's always it's not a such thing as conspiracy. I believe that. But I don't. I look at things for what they are. Some people just say things just to be saying it and just always have to have another outlook on the situation, and instead of focusing on what it really is. It's always going to be somebody that says, oh, that's not the way it really happened. It happened this way. You know what I mean? It's the government or something like that, But I just look at it for what it is, just like LP.
So, serious question. So, Tupac's not in Cuba right now?
I don't think that happened.
Because he said he might be.
I don't think it happened.
No?
I think he's
dead.
gone. Yeah. I don't think that. Just like that. That's the prime example. They saying he's not dead. He's in Cuba.
There's been plenty of pictures online.
Yeah, but come on now. There's a lot of people walking around that look like me. But Tupac's dead. Like, I don't. That's the craziest thing. Like, why people like? I know people looked at Tupac like he was just like
he couldn't
immortal.
Die,
like he couldn't die. But like, damn, the nigga, he bleed just like us.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Tupac and Nipsey.
And I think they was basing that Pac situation off the Machiavelli too, because Machiavelli faked his death, so because he named his album Machiavelli and all that, he was trying to
But that's the shit that I don't get about people. I really don't. It's like sorry. You gotta understand, like, if people do that type of stuff, they don't give you hints. They don't tell you like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give you step by step on how I faked my death. Don't you know niggas go to jail for that shit? Like,
good point.
Like, what the fuck? Like, oh, he's just gonna reappear on stage like, I'm back, everybody. I was just playing. Like, hell no.
And another thing, like with that Pac situation, like, all right, let's just say he did. Let's just say he is in Cuba.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me nobody spotted him out? Nobody?
There's pictures there. I believe he's working on his last album that he'll be putting out.
I mean, I think that would have been out already.
No
like,
more
that
Tupac
for
albums.
sure. Like, that's Pac. You know what I mean?
No
Instead
more.
of like little footage of him, like, it's not really. I seen the one dude. He looked so skinny. He looked kind of like him.
Keto.
You know what I'm saying? But nah,
Keto.
I don't believe that.
No more
there's a lot of
Tupac
people that
albums.
look like Pac too. You know what I'm saying? So
What's crazy is a lot of people think a lot of these celebrity deaths are tied to the Illuminati or sacrificial lambs out there, man. So this is an area that we see in the music industry that a lot of people bring up the Illuminati quite often.
yeah, I hear that a lot.
Do you guys actually believe in this Illuminati stuff? I mean, we didn't talk about conspiracy theories, law of attraction. Like, these are all the way we cognitively process these things. Like, do you guys actually think the Illuminati is a legitimate thing?
The government gonna be on their asses after this one. God damn. Go. Or
Illuminati. I think there is a such thing as the Illuminati.
Yeah, he messed up. He just messed up just now. It's gonna be the end of this show.
I don't know if it's to the extent of, what they be saying in the industry and all that, like all that what's that, sacrifice and all. I don't know if it's about all
director's
that.
couch.
You know what I'm saying? I think there is some type of cult or you know what I mean, but I don't think it has to do with you walk inside this door and you know what I mean, like. I don't think it's like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
I hear it a lot, but a lot of people say it, then you don't hear about it no more. And you know what I mean? It don't seem like it's a real thing.
Yeah,
to me.
I've never seen you a day in my life. This is not actually who you think this is on this camera.
I believe
This is
that
not
shit.
me.
You believe it?
Hell yeah.
Like blood sacrifice?
Bro,
and all
like,
that?
you gotta think, these are people, bro, that they got all the money in the world. They're not tripping on money. They run shit. Like, they run stuff that our minds can't even fathom. Like, they're on a different level. Like, now their life is playing with people's souls and life. Like, what are you willing to do? Like, okay, I don't have to choose you. I can go get this person to do it that's been doing it for years. Why should I choose you? What are you gonna do? Like, real shit. Like, let's be honest. There's people out there that play with people's lives. Their currency is people's body. Like, I can have this person do this because I know they want whatever I can give or whatever I got.
So you think they look towards
Yes.
the artist? Like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I can manipulate this person and have them do certain things. I do believe that, but in a sense, do you think that's the Illuminati though?
Nah, well,
do
see,
you
you
think
got to
that's
think.
like-
You got to think in everything. Police, fire department, in colleges, internet. It's a fraternity. People bond on a certain agenda or a topic, and then they set their plans according to that. Because there's things that people swear they know about, whatever the police department. There's certain things that you would never know about, like fraternities, right? There's certain things that in a fraternity I would never know about. I can just sit up and, oh, you guys always do this, but there's certain things that is in a fraternity you'll never know about. Illuminati, same shit. Not to say
Then why do we know about it though?
because that's part of it. That's part of the plan. They want, like, I'll put it to you like this, real shit, right? There are people set out there to make you think in different ways. There's people out there to provoke emotion out of you in different ways. There's certain situations that happen historically that we know, we've seen it with our own eyes, but there's people out there that's going to represent it different, that's going to throw our minds off of it. There's always something out there going on that we don't know or we're not paying attention to because we're too focused on this or that. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just everything that's happened this year. If people don't see it now, this none of this shit is like, I'm not trying to say all of it coincides with each other, but it's so much shit that happened this year. It's not easy to say, oh, it's a coincidence. It's not. Like, there are people that are hired to make these riots be what they are. Like,
I believe that.
here, do this, do that. Like, I seen a video, like I said, I don't know, it was 2 podcasts ago, where I seen a video where this guy told this guy, like, hey, just walking by, hey, push over that truck. Why? To stir up commotion. They want people to think about it. It's election, COVID-19, Black Lives Matter.
All that mixed in, gumbo.
Bro, it's not even it's barely the middle of the year. Like,
So much has happened this year. It's crazy, man.
exactly. All that shit. Like, there's things that we don't know that we're not gonna know. But there's things that they tell us because they want us to have an idea of what it is. Like, there's shit that they do, bro, that's beyond our mindset. Like,
So y'all do believe that they hide things from us?
hell yeah.
Y'all remember that interview on MTV with Tupac and Snoop? And Snoop
Yeah.
was sitting there and Tupac was talking. And,
The long hair.
yeah, remember how Snoop's face looked?
Yeah. Do you think that was really so?
Yeah, that's how I feel right now. I don't want no parts of this conversation. Look, I just want to give a shout out to my family, man. If I'm at the crib tonight,
It is what it is.
just
Like,
know that, I lived a good life, man.
hey, we don't know none of y'all secrets. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is.
You know, one thing I've been getting into lately, man, is meditation and yoga, man. There's a lot of stuff going on in this world with this COVID-19, police brutality. I have to find some way to decompress, man, with all the stuff that's going on. My sister does it. She's practicing it. She's practicing meditation, massages, stuff like that I respect. I think it really works for your body, for self-care. How often do y'all get to meditate? Do y'all even actually meditate? Are y'all into that at all?
I don't meditate, but I pray, and I feel like praying is the same thing to me. You know, because it's kind of like you in the room, you know, you're away from everything. You're just having that one-on-one with God, but you're clearing your mind too. You know what I mean? So I think it's somewhat the same way. You know what I mean? I think that's what meditation is clearing your mind, getting a, you know, relaxed feeling, you know, and every time I pray, I clear my mind, I get more relaxed, and I proceed to do what I'm doing for the day.
How do you feel about, have y'all heard of goat yoga?
No.
Goat yoga? No.
You guys, I mean, y'all know what yoga is.
Yeah.
Just adding the goat in there. They put the little baby goat.
Oh, yeah, I seen that. They
Yeah.
put them on the back. Yeah, I seen that.
Yoga's stretching, right? Like,
Stretching, meditating, being one with your body.
yeah.
Would y'all be interested if I was to set it up and doing goat yoga?
I'm down. Okay.
Okay, what's the goat for? Yeah.
It's just to relax you. They're baby goats. They're cute. Who doesn't like
What-
baby goats?
What does a goat got to do with you doing yoga. Though.
It's the calmness of the
Just
goat.
asking too many questions. Just let the goat be on you.
I need to. I mean, if I'm gonna do it, I need to ask questions.
It's the calmness of the goat. You're one with the goat.
It's just
The
gonna
goat
why
is
did-
on your
right.
back.
I'm saying is why do it have to be a goat? Why couldn't it be something else?
All right, then we're gonna put a bear on your back, nigga. A big ass bear on your back. They meditate. Nigga.
I don't want to be.
LP, how are you? Do you meditate at all, or is that anything?
Nah, I wouldn't say not in the traditional sense. Like I don't sit there like meditation is just like I say, it's just a distraction from whatever's bothering you. So whatever that is, that's meditating. Some people could be writing, some people could be reading. You know what I'm saying? Like just to kind of move your thoughts to another place. So because like I say, there's things that I do that is I wouldn't consider traditional meditating, but I'm not thinking about nothing else, and I feel cool. Like,
what do you usually do to decompress, man? What is your form of self care? Because we need it as black men in this country. We need to practice self care better.
Self care. So to get my meditation, I take some sleeping aids and go to sleep. I take some sleeping aids and go to sleep. This little stuff like say making a beat, whatever. Like I don't know, like little things that I'm into. Just stuff like that. Nothing, like I said, nothing in the traditional sense, but just more stuff like that.
So y'all feel like every person needs to meditate?
I think everybody does it.
Not meditate necessarily, but we need to have self care. Like as men and women, like people of color in general. Self care is crucial, man. Like we don't take the amount of hours that we work in the day and the amount of stuff that we go through in society. You got to have some type of work-life balance at some point.
Yeah, life is too busy. It's just,
right.
It's
What is your form of self-care? Like what do you do kind of to take care of you and your you time?
Music. Music is mine. I mean, I do music that relaxes me, that takes my mind away from anything that's going on around me. You know what I mean? Like if I'm stressed, I do music. If I'm not stressed, I do music. You know, it relaxes me and puts me in a zone where I'm just focused on that. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody should have some type of thing they can go to that makes them feel good. You know what I'm saying? Or feel any type of vibe. Like right now, just doing the podcast, that's relaxing. You know what I'm saying? That's getting away from a lot of other things that's going on. So, I enjoy doing this too. You know what I mean? So music, podcast, just anything that's what I like doing. You know what I mean? That takes away a lot of stress.
What about for you guys? And we'll move forward after that. I'm just curious. Petty manis.
I'm down.
You said what?
Petty manis.
Getting your nails and your feet done.
Petty manis?
Yeah. Pedicure and manicure.
I'm not doing no pedicure.
I do that shit. That shit be cool.
I don't do no pedicure.
You don't want nobody to get your feet right?
I'm not doing the pedicure. Don't touch my fingers. Don't touch my toes.
Oh,
bro.
man.
I'm just
You're like
not
a
saying
reptile.
not saying there's nothing wrong with that for a man to
I'm a
do
man's
it.
man, damn it.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying there's nothing wrong for a man to do it, but I just don't feel right. Like
Well, like what do you feel like when they touch your fingers? Like, oh, I'm gay. Get away.
I've never done it before, but
Try it.
I just don't want to do it.
If it's a woman massaging your feet and getting
I can see like a massage or something like that, but I can't see my nails being done and all that.
Okay, think about it.
I hate to see your
You got 2 baby girls. That's something you could do with them. Like, come on, let's go get their pedicure, manicures.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And what are y'all doing with y'all?
They just cleaning your nails and cuticles and all that. That's it. You're not getting polish on them or nothing like that. They're not painting your nails. They just cleaning them.
Maybe I do need to try it.
Don't knock it till you try it, man.
Look at Tez ain't
Have you
painting
tried
my nails.
sushi?
They be like putting stuff on your fingers and all that stuff.
Like they might clean it like for you, cause like I say, your nail. Like I got an ingrown toenail for y'all that don't know. So that shit, I be having to go.
That gotta hurt.
You gotta left that out.
Nah, it's real shit. That's what you go to the motherfuckers for. That shit is deadly.
Oh, man.
Good Lord.
Oh, anyway, let's move ahead, man.
Pray for the people out there with ingrown toenails. It's a tough life.
It's not a fun at all.
It bothers you constantly,
Hell yeah, shit. That shit, man. There's some stories. if my big toe can talk, shit. Shit.
Man, I know y'all love y'all president, man.
Oh yeah, that's a funny motherfucker though. He's
Guy,
funny.
huh? Man, this dude never ceases to amaze me. So he just had that recent rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He was screaming. It was about to be packed out. They ain't never had a low attendance rally ever. And one thing about Trump that you gotta, look at and say, man, his confidence is crazy. Even when it's not even there, it's there. Like he still has it. He's confident and he's arrogant at the same time.
For somebody not to like you, I mean, damn near everybody, you know what I'm saying? Don't like you, talking all kinds of crazy stuff about you, and you still, it's like it's not phasing them at all. It's like nothing's phasing. I give him that, I give him that, and the fact that he's so truthful, and he just puts it out there. But other than that, he's garbage.
He's like the Tekashi 6ix9ine and presidents and shit. Like this motherfucker don't care. He'll say whatever.
So, do you guys think that we use him as an example, but even in your own, your own way, what is the difference of being, too confident and almost too arrogant? Like, what's the difference in your opinion?
Being too confident and arrogant.
Yeah, what's the difference between being overly confident and arrogant?
I think being too confident, I don't think there's really anything wrong with that. You just being confident. Arrogant is in a way where it's like, to me, it's like you feel like you just better than everybody. You know what I mean?
Let's go back though. What is too confident though, in your opinion?
Too confident, in my opinion, is just somebody that just really for sure themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got this. You know what I mean? Like, I got whatever the situation is, I got it. Like Dame Dash, for instance, you can tell he's too confident. You know what I mean? Like just the way he carries himself. But in a way, I believe he's arrogant, because at times I feel like he can be arrogant because the way he talks to people. You know what I mean? I think that kind of separates the two. It's the way you talk to people, you kind of put people down in a way, or you just feel like you're better than them. You know what I mean? I think that's where the line draws, like between arrogant and being too confident.
LP, have you had a time in your past or maybe even currently that you were too confident and it didn't pan out too well for you?
No.
How about too confident and it did pan out well for you?
No. Nah, well, because how I look at confidence and stuff like that. Confident, you can never be too confident if you're good at what you're doing. If you're good at what you're doing and being overconfident, that means you have the drive to match your confidence. I think when you see somebody that's like okay, say for instance somebody tells you like, oh yeah, I'm gonna learn how to fly. I've been practicing. Like, I don't like you're too confident. You're not gonna fly, motherfucker. Like, I think it's a person that doesn't have the level of expertise in that area, but they swear up and down that they do. I think that's being too confident, because you don't have that. I think being arrogant is typically only one person in the group, and if you're that arrogant, you need to change your group. You shouldn't be that fucking arrogant. Like, I'm just saying, like, if you're arrogant, that means you're around yes men. Because, like, Dame Dash is around people that don't tell him that's a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? So he's arrogant because don't nobody say shit. And rightfully so. He has the right people in his life for that. His wife. His wife is his main supporter.
Do you think they do that with Dame Dash just because they don't want the whole back and forth thing? Or you think they just... You know what I'm saying? They just really yes man.
I think what it is. I think Dame has
He'll put up a fight.
Yeah, I think Dame Dash has established himself very well just by the things he's done in the past. So he does have some level of knowledge and weight in the game because of what he has done. But in the same token too, those are old practices. Like you're not even doing the same thing anymore. You're trying to start a network. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like.
But in a way, though, I think confidence is a good thing in all aspects.
No, it's not a bad thing.
Because I look at it like, going into anything, having the confidence to do it, I think you're more liable to accomplish your goals when you have the confidence for it. You know what I mean? Like when you, whatever it is, even if you're not really sure and you program your mind to become more confident about it, whatever the situation is, I think you have more. Just say a fight for instance. You know what I'm saying? You fighting this guy and you got the confidence like you can get him. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna work more in your favor if you actually getting them than being less confident about it. You know
But
what
if
I
he
mean?
but if he
Like he
breaks you
punched?
off and
No, I'm saying you have.
I was overly confident. I'm sorry.
Nah, to me, I think you have more of a chance being confident. Now, I'm just taking the fight for example, but that's with anything you do. I feel like you have more of accomplishing your goal, being more confident about it than being like really, not really knowing your value or knowing like what you're able to accomplish. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question. In certain situations like that, do you think it's because sometimes, like, I don't think confidence has the biggest impact like people say it do, because sometimes that shit be luck. Like, it be luck. Some people get that one nigga, like, I can whip his ass. Nigga been dragging you the whole fight, and you get that one punch. Knock that nigga out.
But see, that's confidence. You feel like you can do that.
Nigga,
If
you
you
know,
roll
was
over,
like,
you roll over. You know what I'm saying? Like just say he take off on you. He get you a couple times. If you still got that confidence to come back, you know what I'm saying? You still got a chance on that. But if you
at that point, it's survival, nigga.
but if you get hit 2 or 3 times, like, oh, this dude got
who
me.
are you fighting?
You know what I'm saying? This dude.
Man, that nigga can't fight for shit, nigga. If I fight, I hit him more than 5 times. He still want to fight. Man. Like, all right, bro.
You might have to get no more fight. So let's go back to Dame. Let's go back to Dame Dash though. We see that he's lost a lot of business ventures because of that arrogance. Do you think that those situations were based off of his arrogance, or more so because of his bad energy that he brings in general sometimes in some of these situations he's in?
I think it's bad energy. I think the fact that it's like it seemed like he's always getting into it with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Every time I see him, he seemed like he knows his stuff, you know what I'm saying? But he don't have that bond with people to, to actually communicate and work things out with people. It seemed like he got to have the say so. If it ain't him saying it, then it's pretty much just a wrap, you know what I'm saying? And I believe you do got to have that, networking connection with people and conversate, to get things done, you know what I'm saying? And you can't just be the dominant one all the time and being like, it's my way or the highway, you know what I'm saying? And just looking at it like that, you got to kind of somewhat in business, especially business, you have to, kind of have that mutual thing with people, to connect with people and to work with people. So,
LP, what have you been in a situation before and you said to yourself, yo, this is just bad energy? I see, before you even answer it, I know y'all seen Swiss Beats offer his apology to Drake.
Yeah.
And he said, I was in a bad space. It was a bad.
No, what happened with that?
So he was on live with Busta Rhymes, and he was talking to Busta about a Drake record that Busta Rhymes and Drake had did in the past that never came out. And Swiss Beats felt the type of way about it because he felt like the record should have came out. It was a decent enough record, and I guess it kind of, the way he was kind of framing it sounded like Drake was almost like just too big to really put the record out. And he called him out his name. I'm not going to repeat what he said, but the point was that he said when he apologized the following day, I believe on Father's Day, he said that he was in a bad space. He said he shouldn't have been in like the environment he was in. Like he was just kind of like,
is it the people around him?
I don't know. He didn't really specify. It just sounded like
drinking.
It was, yeah. So have you guys ever been,
Drunk.
LP, I'll go with you, in an environment or have done something and you was just like, it's bad energy here, or I'm giving all bad energy? Like, have you ever been, and can you give an example of that situation?
I can't think of one right off the top, but I'm pretty sure I've been in some places where either I was giving off that vibe or somebody else was giving off that bad energy. But for the most part,
Guest.
huh?
We got a guest on.
Oh, well, hey, we're not new to this. They've always been part of the show. They moved from the other spot to over here. But like just to go back to that Swiss Beats and all that type of shit. Like to be honest with you, those are true feelings. It was just he had something to lubricate his thoughts in his mouth at the time, and his true feelings came out.
If he was true,
whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pause.
but I'm saying if it's true feelings, why take it back?
Well, because
He shouldn't have did that, and he's an OG in the game.
and he got a brand.
He shouldn't be doing that. Not
Yeah,
with
it's a
Drake.
brand.
Come on, man. Not with anybody. It's Swiss Beats. Like you good?
And the not only that, the biggest thing that like people should have seen is like you have the person that it happened to telling you
He not even tripping.
he's not tripping, or if he is tripping, he's not publicly talking about
My
it.
Drake,
No,
Nah,
Busta.
oh Busta wasn't.
He
tripping?
wasn't tripping. I think he worded it perfectly how he felt. He could have went a different way with it. But it's kind of crazy though. I feel like I've definitely been in spaces before where the energy was terrible, and then I leave 10 minutes later the party got shot up. It's like, dude, like
Oh,
that's
I've been in so many situations.
yeah, it's like
that.
you just feel it. So bad energy, good energy, whatever y'all do, make sure y'all giving off positive energy, man.
As much as you can.
As much as you can, man. And have y'all heard of Peter Popoff?
I thought you was about to say Peter Pablo.
Oh nah, don't twist your rags up and wave it up.
You said Peter Pablo.
Peter Popoff.
Nah, man.
The dude that be on TV like mad late after he used to be on like after BET Uncut, and he be doing like selling the waters, the miracle water and stuff like that.
Nah, never.
All right, so I don't know if y'all ever seen the video of his wife like in the crowd finding people through. She's talking to him, and she has like an earpiece on, so he can hear their story. But he would come out and present it as if like he was a psychic almost, like he knew it. But his wife was really transmitting the information back to him. And I know y'all remember Miss Cleo.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Call me now. And I'm seeing it, and
Call me now.
I literally just read a article the other day by I think it was by Gallup or something like that. One of these
Hey, let me pause you right there. Let's give it up for my boy, man. My boy read articles in
Come on, man.
2020. Like, what the
Shout out
fuck?
to you.
Let's give it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
They always reading articles.
Read, man. Gotta read. So the article found that about 3 in 4 Americans profess to have at least one like paranormal belief or one type of psychic belief.
Right.
And they found that like 37% believe in like haunted houses, or 32% believe in ghosts, and clairvoyance 26%. So those are clairvoyance is being able to know the future and things that's gonna happen. So do y'all actually believe in psychics? And do y'all actually believe in people being able to foresee things happening, like genuinely?
No and no. Except for the Simpsons. Yeah, except for the Simpsons. They know every fucking thing.
Simpsons is scary accurate.
I don't like I remember when I was a kid, my mom used to try to tell me that stuff. Like, oh yeah. She told me the story about my sister. They had moved into this house, and the house, I guess the people that owned the house, their son had, I think I told the story before the old podcast. But anyways, my sister was there, I guess, like they left a box of clothes there, and it was their son because their son passed away and they moved out the house. And my sister was wearing his clothes. She found the box of clothes and was wearing his clothes. And then the people that owned the house, whatever, they came back and they was like, just checking on, seeing how everything was. And they seen my sister with their son's clothes on. And I guess he had something wrong with his eye or something like that. And said the mom started crying, whatever, saying because the way my sister's eye looked, it looked how her son's eye looked. So I remember telling me that story. But as far as like me personally, I've had one time after my brother passed, he visited me in a dream. It felt real. But other than that, no.
Whoa, talk on that though. That was mad wild, bro.
It was probably like a month or two. So make a long story short, my brother, he got killed. He got shot. I was 15 years old, and I remember because my mom for a long time she didn't want to sleep by herself. So my mom's room, she had a recliner, and I used to always sleep in a recliner in the room with her, just to keep company with her. And I remember one time I was like reclined in the chair, I was asleep, and I remember the dream like vividly. Like I was, it was the same street that he got killed on. Because I used to go over there because my older sister used to live there. So I used to go over there and hang out a lot of times, and he used to be over there. And so I remember I was on the car, leaning on the car, and I remember it was at night, and he comes around the car and he starts shaking me. It's like, I can't believe they did this to me. I can't believe they did this to me, shaking me, and it woke me up. And like I remember I telling my mom that, and she was like, William, he's been coming to my dreams and stuff like that. And she said one time she was crying in her dreams, and she said that he turned around and looked at her, and he said, I'm not gonna come back no more because you scared of me. And she said he stopped visiting her in her dreams.
Wow.
That shit was crazy. I remember that, but that's as far as I go.
Man, I remember I had got a burrito from Jimmy's Market. No, hear me out. This is a true story. I got a burritos from Jimmy's Market, and I ate it, and no lie, I passed out like after the very last bite. Passed out, bro. I can't make this up. When I looked, I see my body laying on the couch, passed out, bro. Like my body, it was like an outer body experience.
That's crazy.
I was like, I literally thought I was dying. I was like, yo, did I choke on my food? Because the burrito was fire. It was actually really good, but I literally felt my body. And then I looked it up, and that's common. Like, that actually happens, like outer body experiences of people eating heavy food that they shouldn't eat and then going to sleep and feeling like they dying, like their spirit is leaving their body.
Like, yo, nigga, you ate too much. Nigga. Yeah. Your soul can't even be in your body. Let me get up out of here.
Y'all want to know something even crazier about it? I still eat there. Wow. I still eat there, bro. It's good too.
Is that like a drug? Like,
I'm addicted to Jimmy's burritos. I will say this proudly on camera.
Jimmy,
I highly recommend y'all go out there to Muscovy and get one, man. Yeah. What about you? Have you had some?
Terrence like, I ain't going to get no fucking burrito.
He said, yeah.
It's to die for, nigga.
Hey, no, it was definitely worth it though, because it was crazy. What about? Have you had any ghostly experiences?
No.
For real?
I haven't, bro. I don't believe in ghosts. Wow. I don't. No, I never had any. Never had it. I can't tell you one story that I had.
Did you watch Casper as a child?
I used to watch a lot of scary movies when I was younger. I don't really watch them now.
A big head white kid following you around?
They're not really scared of me no more. I'm not really scared. Like it's kind of like when I watch scary movies, it's kind of like almost predictable, especially when they playing the theme music. Mm-hmm. Like something about to happen. I already know. Oh, okay.
Yeah, what year are these movies? They don't do that no more. This is in '85. They don't. They
probably
do that
goes to show how long it's been. You know what I'm saying? But as far as psychics, though, I believe in psychics as much as I believe in Santa Claus.
Wow.
I don't believe in psychics at all.
So Terrence still sets out the milk and cookies.
Has the ability to kind of tell the future or like.
I think astrology in a way can kind of do it. Like there's like my boy Devron. He does astrology and he can kind of predict in a certain way. You know. He can predict in this.
Oh, you don't believe in the man's craft?
No. It's just because I'm still thinking about how you said the music plays before the killer gets there. It just blows my mind.
Dun 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 dun.
Who were you saying?
Nah, but
oh, you the Zodiac freak.
Damien.
Nah, but psychics because my grandma went to 2 psychics before, and she asked both psychics the same question, when she was going to pass away. And one said 84, and the other one said another number. So I don't believe in that. And she's still living, and she's past 84 years old. So, you know what I mean? I don't believe in psychics. I just don't. I mean, I think it's a way to get some money out of people because I believe they're going to, go to it because that's something they feel like they can, you know what I'm saying? You can wool anybody to do anything, you know what I'm saying? But I don't.
Hey, you know what I'm thinking about? Y'all remember the Montel Williams show?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that white lady Sylvia Brown that used to go? There was one episode. when they was letting the audience like tell like,
Wasn't she a witch or something?
I don't know, but she literally told this lady like she knew exactly where her kid was, the specific location, all that stuff, and the lady was like, no, that's not true. This person's not even real.
Put her on
I made
blast.
it up.
That's what I mean.
Sick. Hey,
That's what I mean.
Y'all
You know,
sick, man.
and then if you come to a TV show where that's clear. If you come to a TV show where that's going on, you don't know the person in the audience might be in plan to that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? They could be, like, oh, my such and such, this happened to my father or something, and then they be in the psychic tell them, well, he's telling me now. He's
talking
you know
to
what I mean? Like
he passed away, didn't he?
They probably in the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe in psychics at all.
So that means y'all don't believe in zodiac signs then, astrology then.
I believe in astrology. Yeah, I believe in astrology.
What sign are you?
I'm a Leo.
What sign are you?
Last time I checked, Sagittarius.
So
You know they keep changing this
Do you
shit.
actually believe in astrology though?
Man, like there's certain similarities. Like sometimes you be dead on with this shit, and sometimes there's just people that's just different. I know there's there's mixtures of signs and all that type of stuff, but sometimes you can see it and sometimes you can't. So I think I believe it for the benefit of myself. Like I believe in it. Like it's just certain people are just different. So that's all I can say.
Shout out to Tyrese for making that hit song back in the day. Signs, man. Let's move forward. Let's keep it pushing, man. So we're seeing a lot of Black power, Black unity, Black Lives Matter.
Yes,
I think
sir.
we got to address the elephant in the room. The reparations. It's time for them to pay up. They already paid the Jews, the Japanese Americans, for putting them in concentration camps back at that time. And they've also paid the Native Americans. So,
Hey, it's funny you said that because I got the little chart.
hey, listen, can we give a shout out to
chart? Oh
you made a chart?
Gotta give him a shout out on that.
I'm talking about.
Oh wait, I seen the chart. My fault. Hey, all right, just give me a little pause. I'm about to find the chart for you guys right now.
Oh, I feel let down. I thought you
I'm
made
take
the
my
chart.
applause back.
I didn't ask for it. Wait, hold on. I got you. Hold on. Let's see.
I'm ready for that check. I need that check, man.
People
They
ain't
said
gonna
it's supposed to be a
complaining.
second stimulus check. It's in the house right now.
I don't think
Senate got
anybody's
it
gonna
wrong.
be complaining about that.
Yeah, can y'all up it up this time, man? Like
I heard it's supposed to be like 11 racks.
11 racks.
That's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? If it go through or whatever.
Man, I'm for sure buying some Jordans with that. Very unproductive.
All right.
Super.
So here it is. I found it. Perfect. All right. So just saving it to my phone. So where should I?
That'd be a good.
Oh, okay, so-
table, good chart.
In 1990, USA gave 1.6 billion or 20,000 each to the Japanese American. Once again, 1990, Australia gave 25 million to the Holocaust survivors. 1988, Canada gave 250,000 square feet miles of land to the Indian and Eskimo. In 1988, Canada once again gave 230 million to the Japanese Canadians. 1986, USA gave 32 million to 1839 treaty, which was the Towers of Michigan. 1985, US gave 31 million to the Chippewas of Wisconsin. 1985, USA gave 12.3 to Seminoles of Florida. 1985, USA
College
gave.
football. Like,
Yeah, well, I guess it's a tribe. I guess it is a tribe. Where we at? 105 to all these different tribes, and it says 1952 the Germans gave 822 million to the Holocaust survivors, and then it says for us African Americans 1865 to present USA has gave us $0
facts.
for nothing. So to be honest with you, as far as reparations, if you're gonna give me anything, give me land. Do not give me money. Do not give me money because I'm just gonna fuck it off. So just give me the land. So at least worst case scenario, the land is they're always gonna want that back. If anything, shit, I hold on for a couple of years and let that shit just skyrocket. Then they can come get it. So give me land. Fuck the money.
How would you want your reparations to look, man? You want a monthly check, or do you want land? You want some property, some stocks, some bonds?
I need that bread. I need that bread, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, I need that bread. And I need to be for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with me. Like, don't be.
You need
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be playing with me.
You know what the
Have me
thing?
wait by the mailbox. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know what the thing about money is though? They want you to
Post-
get money. That's the option that they want you to take because you're gonna give it right back to them.
You stimulate the economy.
Oh, here's 300,000. What you gonna do? Give it right back to y'all niggas. Like that's why you the most powerful possession that you can have in America
I'll
is
stack
property. It's property. If you have property, you're more valuable than what you have in the bank.
Well, we know that in 1860, prior to us being emancipated, that slaves contributed to almost their physical labor to 3 million in the South and in the economy in general. So y'all gonna have to pay that money or give us some land, give us some property. We need that. It's time. It's long overdue, man. So shout out to all my black folks. We love y'all.
yeah.
Let's switch gears, man. Let's get real right now. We're gonna go there. Why do y'all think atheists don't believe in God? And matter of fact, do y'all believe in God?
I definitely believe in God. He just worked through me. Atheists, I think they don't believe in God because, like situations happen for them that, maybe, stuff happened in their life that was so negative and a lot of things bad happened to them that they feel like, why would God have that happen to them? You know what I mean? And I think that can change their ways of looking at God, but if you dig deeper, it's like, how did you wake up? How did you, how did we get here? You know what I'm saying? So, you have to look at that, and I think, they don't really dig deep into things like that, atheists. I think they just look at all the negative things that probably happened to them and feel like if there's a God, why would that happen to him without really understanding the knowledge behind it?
The other problem too is that organized religion has been super detrimental to our society since its inception. The Bible completely changed the game, and there's a lot of questions that come with reading the Bible that atheists
Don't agree with.
It's too many discrepancies for them. So I'm never upset at anybody that doesn't believe in God or the Bible. What I am concerned is, like, where do you get your moral compass from then? If you don't believe in God, like, if we take God out of the equation, how do you know that killing, stealing, and adultery and all these things are wrong? We got that moral compass from somewhere.
Right.
So
Exactly.
realistically,
You just naturally knows that's not the right thing to do. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
so it's like, if you're an atheist and you don't believe in God, then what do you actually believe in? Like, what morals do you stand on? Like, is it okay to steal? Is it okay to kill? They'll probably say no, because I've heard atheists say, like, no, I don't believe that it's okay to steal, kill, and all these things, but I don't believe in God either. So, but you got to bring up that, you have to say, you can't bring up this argument without saying, where do you get your morality from?
Yeah.
So how do you feel?
A lot of atheists too are more believe on the scientific aspect of how life started and how the world was created.
Big Bang.
A lot of atheists deal off of facts. Scientific facts, I guess. So that's what they believe, and then also too, like you say, it's the questions. Like, if you ever talk to atheists, like a real, true, dedicated atheist, 9 times out of 10 they're a scientist, or they're really deep into science.
They have their own theories behind things. Then.
Like, well, because a lot of they deal with like facts. Like, one thing I was always told going to church is, like, you can never subject yourself to what God's way of thinking. You can never submerge God to our time. You can things that, because we're trying to make God atheists try to make God human. They try to make it seem like he walks and talks just like we do. He thinks like how we think, all that type of stuff. So I think that's where a lot of that stuff comes from. And then too, a lot of atheists too, their moral compass is based off of whatever the laws are. So if there was no laws, they'd probably be killing people and shit. So it's just, and then like you say, it's the other aspect too of all the negativity, the going to churches and not having great experiences, or growing up in a religious house and seeing how.
Yeah, I think that plays a part.
Yeah, and like some people scare people away from church just by how strict they are. Yeah. So it's it's a lot of things, but for the most part, I do believe in God. I don't believe in the sense of I feel like I have to go to church to talk to God. I feel like if I need to, I could talk to God wherever I'm at. Yeah, I understand going to church is a sense of communication, evangelizing, prayer, all that type of stuff. So I understand that aspect of it. But like for me personally, I've been to churches. I've seen things that I liked and I didn't like. So, especially as African Americans, church was such a pivotal moment in our lives, is because that was the one place that we could go dressed up and have, talk to people, like-minded people. So, that's why I understand why church is so strong in the black communities, or at least it used to be, because it was a place of, like back in the day, they didn't have clubs. They didn't have malls to hang out at. It was church. They went to church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever, so it's so much that goes into it. Education is a big part of going to church, so I believe in God.
That's a fact, man. Closing up, we got this is the last one for y'all fellas. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. If y'all had one holiday that y'all want to take away, which one would it be and why? I got one offhand, but I want to hear what y'all think.
I'll probably say Halloween.
Oh, wow.
I'll say Valentine's Day. Wow. Cut that shit out. Like, that shit, like, come on.
Wait, hold on. Why Halloween?
Why? What do we need it for? What is it for?
You don't want candy? You don't want to dress up?
Is it because it's a paganistic holiday?
It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what are you dressing up for? Like, what is it? I just don't understand it. I don't understand Halloween.
All right, what's Christmas for?
Huh?
What's Christmas for?
You can get presents and stuff.
No, not at all.
Presents. I mean, people look forward to that, but Halloween is like...
People look forward to Halloween.
Of candy?
Maybe when I was younger, I guess. I guess it's for the kids, But,
wow.
I just don't... It didn't make sense to me just seeing everybody, Like, I just don't, like... Half the time, I turn off my lights. Go to the next house. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I know what yours is. I know what it is.
We got a dub on this. I'm gonna tell you what it is, and we're gonna see if you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Dude, you heard me whispering, man.
No, but because listen. Listen. I know.
You know why?
I know you're a woke man, so I know why. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving is just pretty much a day of slaughter. Like that's it. Like what the fuck?
False holiday, man.
Straight up. I still say Valentine's Day, but yeah.
Why Valentine's Day?
What the fuck? Like, okay, you got birthdays, you got anniversaries, you got the day y'all seen each other, the day you thought about talking, and like.
You just don't want to give no gifts.
No, it's not that. It's just like shit. Come on now,
showing
like
you that that you love that person.
I love your ass every day. Mwah.
I mean, you go out your way for that person,
So you want to cancel Halloween?
You ain't going.
He's gonna keep Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I don't care for Halloween.
Wow. I invite you to a costume party this year. You're off the list.
I probably wouldn't even dress up, bro.
What are you? Black Lives Matter. Let me in.
Show up like that.
I ain't gonna lie. One year, my girl, she was like, "We're going to a Halloween party," and I didn't feel like dressing up. And I had like a plaid shirt, like the one like Ice Cube had from Friday. So I just put that on and had black jeans. I was like, who are you supposed to be? I'm Craig from Friday. I was not trying to dress up. Fuck that.
That's too funny. Wow.
That and St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, that's literally the most weirdest.
Yeah,
I don't know
St.
why
Patrick's Day is like, I don't know what's that for.
Bro, man, we might have an Irish audience, man.
It's a tough break. What about 4th of July, man? It's coming. Y'all excited? They've been popping them fireworks off in my
July
neighborhood,
is
man.
whatever to me though. Too.
Juneteenth.
That's what it's about.
You know, it's just getting together, probably barbecuing or something, and popping fireworks off.
Are you gonna be barbecuing this year?
Yeah, I always find a reason to barbecue. It's, Memorial Day.
Oh, you served.
Huh?
You served.
No, I just do it because
It just feels
He's
right.
literally taking advantage of all these holidays.
I mean,
It just feels so right. I just gotta do it.
It's not a
we
discount.
really don't do we honestly though. Do we really need any of these holidays though? Do we?
No,
Honestly,
we really
you know what I'm
don't.
saying?
The only
I think
holiday,
it's just something to look forward to. I believe. You know what I'm saying?
the only holiday we really need, honestly, man, is I would say legitimately would be
Martin Luther King Day, Juneteenth, anything black.
I would say
Whole month of February,
Black
nigga,
History
holiday.
Month, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to be a hater, but all the rest of them is like they don't make no sense.
So Christmas.
Oh, Brown Pride, we Cinco de Mayo too.
Christmas is
Much love.
I don't like what I ain't gonna get into that, but Easter is weird to me too, though. I get why we celebrate it, but the bunny thing is like, where'd the bunny come from,
the
dude?
bunny
Like
don't have
seriously,
Man, that's corporate America.
That's
They gotta market this shit.
that's
They
shit.
gotta make that
How do
money.
y'all feel with them saying like Christmas, the day?
It's not even the day he was
Christmas,
born.
The day Jesus was born.
and all that, like, and they made up that, like, is that something you feel like they made up, or is that something y'all feel like that's true and they, what y'all feel like?
Nah, I don't feel like it's made up. I mean, I believe that Jesus was here and he walked the earth and he sure was born on Christmas. But I can see why people don't, though. That just goes back to our whole atheist argument. Like, we only believe in things that we can physically see. Like, we know the wind is there, but we don't see the wind, but we can feel it. But I think with Jesus' birthday, it's like, okay, yeah, he was here. We see you say it in the Bible, but do we have actual pictures of him? Actually, before we started this podcast, I had seen
I was gonna say I seen a picture.
of
Jesus.
an updated picture of what Jesus possibly looked like. And to be honest, I seen that dude maybe 2 weeks ago. If that's the person that they're saying is Jesus, the image that they put on there.
Is he black?
Let me see. Let me get it real quick for the viewers. I'll let you guys see. Seen him at O'Brien's Tires maybe 2 weeks
Excuse
ago.
me?
I seen somebody like just like this dude. The other, what do you think, LP?
That's
This is
wild.
Who sent? Hold on.
It says experts have long since said this is likely the most accurate depiction of Jesus.
So he don't look like Brad Pitt. I'm tired of y'all talking about that.
Not at all. Definitely needs to line up immediately. Wow.
Let me see.
Yep. I seen that
Like
guy.
who says this though? Who says that this is? Because it's been so many pictures I've seen of Jesus. Like how do
Remember
how do we
the
know
first one
who's
we
the real
seen?
Jesus?
Remember the first Jesus picture we seen was a white dude with the blue eyes. That's not him. That clearly, because we know in that region they was dark. They was dark skinned over there.
He look like he could be a brother.
That's what I was saying.
He look like he could be.
Happy Juneteenth.
I'm looking
Seriously.
at the
It kind of looked like Drake if he was angry.
That nigga still.
I show the
Like
camera.
he
this.
was.
Show the people this.
Yeah, just yeah.
Can y'all see that?
Started from the bottom.
He said it looked like Drake if he was angry.
I don't know, man.
You don't think that's
I really don't know, man. I can't tell you.
LP? You think that might?
I think it's more accurate than what they've been showing us shit. Because like you say in the Bible, it tells you his how he looks. That looks more accurate than anything else that I've ever seen. Hell, because I know he didn't have dreads. Like I seen the black one. These niggas look like nigga Marquise from The Job and shit.
But see, like even things like that. Like I done heard so many things about like Jesus and God, and like I even heard God was a woman at one time.
Yeah,
Were you
that's
listening to Ariana
Gnostics.
Grande, or how did you?
Nah.
how'd you come
This
to
is
that?
it's some people that really feel like that. I believe
Gnostics.
it was somebody that I was watching. They really, I think it was Brother Polite or something. I believe he said something like God is a woman, and he explained the reason why she was. I didn't really go into detail because I thought he was, telling a lie. So I didn't.
You look like a little kid when you say I thought he was telling a lie.
I'm trying to say it all polite.
He was fibbing.
But no, I don't know what to believe, man. There's so many made up things that go on. It's kind of hard to figure out what the real truth is. You know what I'm saying, behind that. So
that's the problem with seeking knowledge. Sometimes it's gonna take you down a road of just twists and turns, and like I said, I think the best thing anybody can ever do is just roll with to what they think and just go by that. Like at the end of the day, I know we want to educate each other and stuff like that, but a lot of people don't even do a lot of educating to themselves. They just go off for like a couple videos and then they feel like they know the whole program.
Please stop just watching videos, y'all. Read books, please.
Read articles.
Read
articles,
please.
And then you got different religions. Like, how do y'all feel about the religion sense? Like, first of all, what are you guys? Are you guys Christian?
It's about to go down a deep rabbit hole. This is
no, I don't coincide with nothing.
Do you have any religion?
Yeah, I identify as Christian.
I'm Christian too.
I'm not Christian.
Christian Dior or
I'm Christian.
But I'm just saying, what makes y'all Christian though?
Christian though? Or
I think you do.
You gotta consider it. I was going to church. I don't go to church now.
Look, this is how I personally feel about
I'm a part-time Christian.
This is how I personally feel about the whole church thing. I agree with LP in the sense that I've been in too many churches. You see some stuff, and you're like, man, this is, especially for black folks. We literally, historically, slave owners used a Bible that took out certain parts of the Bible, so we're always skeptical. And you think about anything that we question, the only reason why we question stuff is because we've been lied to.
Exactly.
The first people that usually lied to us was usually our parents. Those are the first people that usually were like, wow, we found out it was a lie. So we question everything automatically. But I think if you believe in God and you have a strong relationship with him,
that's all should matter.
Yeah, it's people that religiously go to church that still live foul, that read the Bible, know the Bible front and back, that still live foul.
Yeah.
Like, you got to have your own. Nobody can judge your relationship that you have with God. Like, come on.
I remember back in the day, I was arguing with somebody over the whole spiritual thing, and it was a female, and she do the Star of David or something like that. So it was so many things that didn't sound believable to me. So, I was trying to question it, you know what I'm saying? And it just made me think like, man, like, I'm just not even going to go that route to even try to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Let me just believe in what I believe in, and that's it, because it's a lot of people that, got different, beliefs that, they might not agree with certain things that another belief, you know what I'm saying, is doing. So I think it's just, as long as you got that connection with God and just, look at it like that, I feel like.
That's a fact. LP, you got anything to add on that?
Oh yeah, well, like I said, I don't say Christian or anything like that because I don't practice in the ways of a Christian, and the reason. Yeah, or that. I just would feel like I would be being fake to myself by trying to give myself a title, and if I don't really do nothing like that. Like, I believe in God, I believe in, talking to God and praying to God, but I don't go to church. I don't belong to no church. I don't have no pastor to go talk to for counsel, nothing. So I can't really say I'm a Christian. I'm not saying that I'm against Christianity, but I just feel like I can't title myself that.
That's
so
real, man. That's it, fellas. I like how that was deep. Yeah. I like that wordplay.
Sure.
So this concludes another episode of the podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm your boy LP82. I'm sorry, along with my co-host
Young Tech, aka Wordplay.
Why you say it like
and of course
Cousin Dwaine, baby.
And we're out. Thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Sure.
Turn the Hymm up, podcast. Turn the Hymm up,